time of the week, baby, because it's Thursday. And this is the Straight Talk Sports Podcast with your boy, Fella, on the car phone. And, my bad, and Rev to the left of me. How you do?
We gonna start it from the top. What it do? Welcome to another episode of the Straight Talk Sports Podcast. I am one half of your favorite hosting team, Rev Rowe. To the right of me is that boy Fella on the car phone, a.k.a. J Boogie, a.k.a. JGT.
Hey!
How you living, man?
Thank you, man. I needed that.
Yeah,
Pick me up. Typically, I got it down. Well, today just ain't the day for that.
It's probably because we are doing the late night edition, you know what I'm saying?
It might be that.
Trying to catch some Z's.
Yeah, it's trying to get some D's. Z's. Oh. Can't talk.
What?
Straight can't talk. Oh, Jesus.
Should we start?
This is bad.
Commercial break. Just throw it to the sponsors because I need some time.
Okay.
Okay, we back. This is Straight Talk Podcast. It's your boy Fella on the car phone. Next to me is my buddy Rev Rowe. We gonna act like that didn't happen. Okay. At least we started off with a laugh. Got the energy, blood flowing.
It's up.
We good.
It's up.
Blood pressure going up.
On a Thursday. Ooh.
It is time.
Shit.
As always, in my segment, question of the day. Segment of the podcast where I ask my buddy to the left of me, a question, and I grade him on. I grade him on his answer.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and the grades are completely subjective.
Completely and totally subjective.
Please, even though he be trying to get mad at me, you can't get mad at me. They're subjective to
You're
what
right.
I want to give you.
Tweak it.
Completely subjective, so please don't be upset with my grade. And today's question, I want to ask you. How do you? No, I forget exactly what the question I had. But what's going on?
I forget exactly what the question.
But no, I wanted to ask you. I think it was about. I believe it was about Paul George. And was he overpaid?
The freaking
Think so?
I think this is what the Clippers really gonna do. Because the Clippers are a shady ass organization at this point.
Are they?
They signed Blake to that max deal. And as soon as they signed him to that deal, same year, we're sending you to Detroit, buddy. Like, damn, I could have left. Y'all ain't have to offer me a max knowing you was going to try to trade me. The Clippers offered him that fat extension so he could feel comfortable, think, oh, I'm secure in L.A. They ain't giving up on me. No, you're gone. You're gone. No show like that again in the playoffs. You're definitely gone next year.
So you're saying they have history?
It's a false sense of security. Something that the Clippers have done before and are likely to do again. Especially if Paul George keeps doing what Paul George has been doing, there's no reason for them to really commit to him. Genuinely. Looks good, it's money on the books, but he gonna get flipped. He gonna get flipped like a pillow when it's hot. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get the cool side, they gonna get him up out of there. They gonna flip him the same way.
But how you know they're not gonna win a championship?
There's another team in that same building that's better equipped to do so. has the experience and the pedigree to do so. Also, the Clippers, until the Clippers make it to the NBA Finals, I will never believe that they have an opportunity to be a champion.
Until they make it to the finals?
Even if they were in the finals, depending on who they're playing, I still wouldn't believe it.
Dang. They still got Kawhi and Paul George.
They got Kawhi. Sometimes. And
Paul George still averaged 26 points.
When did he do that, though?
In the regular season.
Oh, okay. When do you win championships?
In the postseason.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to give you a... I was going to give you a worse grade because I knew that was going to be your answer. But you made a good point because they do have history of...
You want me to say...
A max deal.
No, he ain't get paid enough. He definitely earned more money.
I think he deserves a max contract. He still averaged 27 points or 20, however many points. 20-something points a game. If Gordon Hayward can get a max deal...
Listen...
Paul George, 100%
Gordon Hayward went
deserves a max deal.
The City Girls School of Contract negotiations because Gordon Hayward has flipped more big money deals than a lot of players that deserve it. Gordon Hayward is who I aspire to be in life because he don't do shit and he get paid. So Gordon Hayward is not a good example. But I see where you're going.
I mean, but he got max deal still. So imagine being Paul George. Imagine being Paul George and you get paid less than Gordon.
Okay, but white privilege is a thing. Gordon Hayward's probably...
That don't make it right, and I don't mean Gordon Hayward satisfied.
Gordon Hayward could quit the league today and go model for like Vogue or something. It's white privilege. That's what it is.
Clippers kind of got their hands tied with this, but if they weren't gonna give him a max deal, the next team would have. They had to give him a max deal, in my opinion. So that's why I was gonna give you a lower grade because he 100% was not overpaid.
He's earned it.
He was not overpaid, but there's a history of them. Like you said, Blake Griffin. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to give you a B. Mm-hmm. I'll give you a B for that one.
I like that.
That's your first actual grade in a little bit. So
yeah, the last couple of weeks you've been hating on me heavy.
No, I didn't hate on you. I didn't hate on you at all.
Hating on me heavy.
Go back and listen to the question today. Go back to question. No, I gave you first last week.
The week before that, you gave me a 0.
I gave you a 0.
First, like 4 or 5 weeks of the show, I was getting A's and B's. I was killing this class.
Then I started...
You know how professors do. You start off that you think shit's sweet, middle of the year, boom.
This just back to
semester is hard.
Back to reality, my brother. Back to reality. It's real world out here. Life ain't fair, and these grades are completely subjective. So you can't say squat jack diddly. Okay. There's the tongue. There we go. Okay. I'm back in it.
If you got that one out, then you should be able to get the rest.
I'm back in it. I'm back in it today.
Okay.
But yeah, that's the segment.
I felt that.
We're gonna move on to WNBA. How you do it?
The W.
Mm-hmm. So Skylar Diggins made a post. It was sometime this week, earlier this week. Complaining or not complaining, but proposing. Mm-hmm. That's the word. Thank you. For a new WNBA playoff format. Mm-hmm. So we talked about this during the playoffs because we were talking about the format of the playoffs.
Not enough games.
Not enough games. So the way they do it now is you have the top 2 seeds automatically advance to the semifinals rounds or the conference finals automatically. Yeah. Top 2 seeds automatically. They got two round buys. First and second round buys. I don't know how the seeds go, but you have the 2 worst teams or the 4 worst teams all playing the first round, single game elimination. And then the winner of that single game advances to the second round where the the top 3 or 4 seeds are waiting on them. 3 and 4 seeds are waiting on them in the second round, so they get a first round bye. Yeah. And that is another single game elimination. And then the winner of that single game advances to the conference semifinals, and they have 2 5-round series or 5-game series. Yeah. In the second and are in the semi-conference finals and in WNBA finals. Mm-hmm. So she's proposing that you have 8 squads. Mm-hmm. Or was it 6 squads or 8 squads? It was 8. It was 8 squads. Okay, so that would be that's 4 in each conference. Yeah. So it'll just be 3 rounds. Well, no, it'll be 3 rounds. It would be the first round, then the conference finals, and then the WNBA finals.
But even then, I don't think there was a conference setup because she said just the top 8, 1-8,
okay,
2-7.
Okay, yeah.
The same way
it wouldn't be, but
right.
it would be,
It would just be like kind of the bracket style that people have been
exactly.
talking about for the NBA. Yeah.
Exactly. So it wouldn't be no East West because do they have East? They do have East and West Conference in the WNBA, but it wouldn't be that. It would be the top 8 seeds go head to head. Somewhere like what they kind of try to propose in the NBA.
Yeah.
Because of the discrepancies in the two conferences, the East always seems to have it a lot easier. So that's just to break it down what she wants, and I 100% agree.
Yeah.
One, I don't know why you have two single elimination games. It would make sense if you maybe have one. I would understand that, but for the second round to be single elimination as well, I think that's way too short. Like, I don't understand why they feel the need to like
to run through the playoffs.
Run through the playoffs that quickly or shorthand.
They're playing 2K on simulation.
Yeah.
It's just simming through the next week.
That ain't logical.
It don't really make sense. I never really was a fan of it, and we talked about it earlier this year while they were going through their playoffs.
Mm-hmm. We felt like it was quick because we was it was the second round. We was like, oh, they got a 3-game series at least. It was a single elimination.
Yeah.
Big cap. We was wrong. Yeah. We was talking about, okay, they got, I think we was talking about the Phoenix Mercury.
The whole time.
They got another shot, and it was a wrap.
It was done.
That was
it was done. And we talked about how we wish there were more games, and then, like, you know, we think we earlier in the playoffs than we are. The whole time, they a game away from the actual final. We're like, dang, they done.
Yeah, that's right.
So I think her proposition, it would be interesting to see, and with them talking about something similar to that, like in the NBA, or it's been like floating around for a couple years, to go ahead and just see the WNBA adapt it first.
I think so.
Might as well give it a look. And then, like she also said, adding more games to that as well.
Yeah, at least, I mean, you can at least do a 3-game series.
Yeah.
3-game series is better than a 1. Because
they do the 3-game
basketball,
series fight for the 8th seed in the NBA.
Right. In basketball, there's so many anomalies. Like, the best team doesn't always win.
Give me that 2-time college degree. Anomalies.
Yeah.
I like that.
That's the word, Mom. I used that word for you today.
He making up for it.
Yeah. You missed it, I'm sure.
It's a good thing.
Yeah. But yeah, there's too many. In basketball, the best team doesn't always win.
Yeah.
Sometimes the team that, you just make one shot. If it's close all game, you just need you one shot away.
Yep.
One play away from a game going whichever way, depending on momentum. There's a bunch of things that play into it. Mm-hmm. That's why basketball does a 7-game series or series where it's like maybe like a football where, again, obviously the best team doesn't always win technically, but it's not as much of an anomaly. Plus, it's harder to play football. Not harder, but they already got fewer games. Yeah. And basketball, they should be able to do at least a 3-game
play it out
series.
more, yeah, for sure.
So we are with you, Skylar. We think the WNBA playoffs needs to be longer. It's already entertaining, so why not just give us some more basketball? And they need to make that change now.
Not now, but
right now.
Yeah.
Right now.
And pay them.
For sure. That's
another time. Yeah.
That's gonna come to time.
Speaking of getting paid.
We're going back to Paul George, and we kind of already talked about it because it was in my question of the day. That's probably what I should have said. But yeah, he got paid $220 something for 5 years, $226 for 5 years. Really, it's a max deal. It's a $190, but it's adding on the contract that he's got the year that he's got a year left.
Fluke.
What's a fluke?
Paul George.
How was a fluke?
Okay, let's put it this way. When is the only time in recent history that Paul George looked like a top 5 player in the NBA? I'll wait.
I mean, top 5 players aren't the only players that have max deals.
When the last time he looked like a top 5? Looked like, dang, that's a guy I really could use.
Well, he was in OKC.
Yeah. And then they took the best point guard he ever had away from him, and they said, damn. Maybe it wasn't because you was playing with Russ that you sucked in the playoffs. You're just bad when it matters. Like, you just... ball game. Ain't never hit a game winner in his life. Always getting his ass bust for a game winner. He's supposed to be a premier defensive player. Never makes the great defensive play to shut down the potential game winner that gets popped on him. No shows in the playoffs. Was hitting the side of the backboard. Had the nerve. First of all, when the last time you seen somebody hit the side of the backboard in the playoffs? The first one I think of was Amon Shumpert, 2015 NBA Finals. Well, Paul George is on the same boat. They were up 3-1. They blew it. He tried to talk about Doc Rivers coaching, maybe things that Doc Rivers ran
That's
for
why.
him.
Well, he's been doing a lot of talking this offseason.
Ty Lue is the new coach, who was also the assistant coach. So if you want to blame a lack of adjustments on your coach, the new coach is a person that was part of that same coaching staff that apparently failed to make adjustments. So
he was doing a lot of talking this offseason. He has been doing a lot of talking this offseason, which I don't understand. I wish he would shut up. I kind of feel like how you used to feel about KD. Just talking a lot. I was like, just get to work, bro.
Just work.
It's the off season. We don't gotta really hear your face. You recently engaged. Congratulations on that.
It's the only person with the last name George getting the ring. His mama and his woman. He's never getting one. At this rate, he is not getting a ring.
I was trying to think of other Georges in the world that got a ring. I can't think of anyone the last name George.
Not happening. Well, even if you could come up with some, Paul ain't one of them. So, I mean, Paul George, to me, I love his game. I'm a fan of him as a player as much as I talk bad about that man. But until you show me that you have the ability to close out when it matters, that you have the ability to... Like, you look at all great tandems, right? Whether it was Steph and Clay or Steph and KD, Russ, KD, LeBron, Wade, LeBron, Kyrie. You knew that if one of them has an off night, the other one can backpack this and pull this out. You don't look at the Clippers and have that type of faith with Kawhi and PG. If Kawhi ain't hitting, you're like, damn, I hope Lou will drop 30.
That's not true. That is not true. Paul George averaged 25 a game.
That doesn't make him not a fluke. That also doesn't make him a reliable second option.
He's been doing it for at least 3 years since 2013.
When does it matter?
I mean, he do it in the regular season.
Exactly.
He still got it. But my thing is, there's been players that struggle in the postseason. They can still get a max deal. It's just like LeBron at a certain point in his time in his career, even though it was early in his career, was struggling and struggled in the post.
Early in his career, Paul George is a vet. But also, my other thing with this contract extension, what's the sense of urgency if you're the Clippers? We don't have to sign this extension right now. We can wait until your current deal is up, and then next summer evaluate where we are as a franchise, then decide how much money we're willing to invest. Or if you want to walk away and get the hell on, that's fine, because you're not doing us any favors here. So what was the sense of urgency? What reason was there? We have to get this extension done right now. You could have just waited.
You wanted to secure him for the future.
What are you securing? A solid regular season all-star?
Things can
or do you want to secure a championship?
If
I'm a GM, I'm trying to secure a championship.
I think it's early to say that they won't secure a championship by signing. It's too early. If they don't, then I'll be like, if they don't do it this year, maybe, or don't even get closer, like don't make it to the conference finals again, then you can panic. But if they make it to the conference finals,
it's not even so much panic,
and even
though.
push, you panic. You panicking because you.
I'm just saying, what was the need to re-sign him right now? I mean, you really could have just waited.
You don't want to risk him walking away, or you don't want to risk that. All right, maybe he feel disrespected. If he came to the Clippers, came to the organization, and like, I want my contract extension now, he putting the pressure on them to sign a contract extension. So if they say no, he could start turning the wheels. Okay, bro, trade me or get rid of me, or I'm not gonna. If y'all don't sign me now, I'm not gonna re-sign in the off season. That's putting them in the bind. He kind of got the power in this situation.
If it's Paul George, I'm not too worried about it.
You got to be worried about it because you're not gonna get nobody at even Paul George's caliber that easily.
It's a decent free agent class next year.
It is a decent free agent class, but I think they had to make this move. I feel like, and
not a max extension, maybe an extension. I can see, but a max extension.
You got to give him a max extension. What are you talking about? We
can do another extension next year. We can keep throwing random extensions. We ain't got to throw it all.
He 100% deserved a max extension. He is the top 15 player in the league. All top 20 players in the league.
Top 20?
Top 20 regular season players in the league.
Top 20?
Yeah, top 20
25,
regular season.
Maybe 30. Top 30.
20 or 25.
Anyway, carry on.
He up there.
Still wrong. Yeah.
But I feel like the top 25 players got max deals. Unless they on their rookie deal or one of their first deals and they just started popping off. He deserved a max contract. He due for a contract extension. They gave it to him. and I think you gotta see if they can win a championship. That's this hit re-signing him is their best chance of winning a championship. I'm gonna put it like that.
Next topic.
Hey, I'm keeping it real.
No further comments. We're moving on to a player that I would actually probably sign to a max extension, Trae Young.
And he will be getting one soon.
Trae Young and Luka are cut from the same cloth. Year 2, you're like, damn, they got it. I'm sticking with that. I'm willing to take that risk. Paul George, not so much. Anyway, Trae Young.
The disrespect.
Walking into year 3 is about to get a signature shoe, Mike.
Yeah, that's pretty early.
That's one thing, like that's Adidas.
Early. Kyrie, I think, got one pretty early.
Kyrie, it still took him a couple years because Kyrie didn't finally get one until 2014.
Until LeBron came back?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Kyrie got drafted in 2011.
3 years?
That was the start of his 4th year, I think.
4 years, 3-4 years.
So, but his was early in relation to Nike, because that's a problem I think that's pulled a lot of athletes away from staying with Nike as being their signature athlete, because Nike don't like to give people shoes.
Yeah.
We can throw you the deals all day and have the newest Hyper Rev is essentially your shoe because you were the first player walking around with them and you wear them all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Nike don't like to give their players shoes.
Signature shoes.
Yeah, they don't like to do signature shoes. We'll endorse you, have you dripped out of all the swag, but we're not giving you a shoe deal. Adidas, on the other hand, they signed Harden, sent truck full of shoes to his crib, and then he had a signature shoe, like super quick after signing with them. Thought Nike was going to give him one because they started dropping shoes that only he was wearing for real. They didn't do it. Adidas did it in a heartbeat.
Mm-hmm.
Donovan Mitchell is walking into year 4. He already has his signature shoe with the brand. He got his signature shoe in year 2. Yeah.
I don't even know what shoe look like.
The issue. Pull it up. It's not a bad looking shoe, but he got his pretty quick. Under Armour gave Embiid
who
one
else
real
got
fast.
a Nike shoe in their second year that you can think off top? Obviously, LeBron got it pretty early.
I don't remember. KD got his relatively early, I think. I just don't remember.
When did he get that first shoe? Yeah, you're right. KD. I think KD might have got it pretty, like, at least third year, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Because did he get, I don't know. Maybe he didn't get a shoe in Seattle. But I think by the second year.
One in Seattle.
Did he have one in Seattle?
I think he had his signature shoe started in Seattle.
Okay, well, that's his first year.
I want to say one of the first colorways with his shoe was like yellow and green or something. So it was.
That's his first year then.
Yeah.
So, KD offhand, LeBron.
Trae
Young.
If Zion wasn't goofy and signed with Jordan, he'd probably have one. When did KD go on? 3 years? Okay, so third year. Second to third year is probably as best as you're going to get with Nike.
That's the same with...
and that's still very rare. You have to be one of the top 2 players in the league, top 3 players in the league.
Yeah, I don't know why Zion signed with Jordan. That's a good point.
I would never sign with Jordan.
Unless you just
it's nice for 2K because you can rock all the retros you want, but
are those his signature? Okay.
Yeah. So he did.
Oh yeah, it says KD won.
Yeah.
Oh wait.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah. Oh, these
are
was like in his second year.
These are Donovan Mitchell's shoes. Okay.
Don Mitchell, the issue. You said they're ugly.
Yeah, I mean, they're better than Jordan, Team Jordan.
Yeah. Yeah, you sign with Jordan to rock Team Jordans all year and occasionally have some nice shoes off the court at home. But anyway,
that's the thing. Yeah, no, they get their own signature shoe, but they never like Russell Westbrook's signature shoes are trash.
They're like strictly basketball shoes. Nike, I mean, at least Nike for a long time, up until the last like 4 or 5 years, had decent looking signature shoes that obviously were hooping shoes, but they were nice. Like you could just rock them.
Yeah.
Jordan has never made shoes like that. The only Jordans that were invested time and money into the style of them were the retros.
For Jordans. Jordan shoes.
But I think Adidas just continues to firmly cement themselves as a solid candidate for a team to sign with whenever you're coming into the league. Because you know if you really show out whenever you get in the league, Adidas is going to push you to the top real fast. Mm-hmm. Whereas Nike, if you're not Giannis, LeBron, KD, it's going to be a minute before you hit that level.
Plus Adidas is on to come up with the whole, what's the bottom of it? The sole, they call it?
Ultra Boost?
Ultra Boost, yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks to Kanye.
Mm-hmm. So, I just thought that was kind of crazy, though, that Trae Young is already going to get one. Puma was just signing the hell out of athletes, but sooner or later...
But they give him
somebody gonna get a signature shoe.
I mean,
somebody not
J. Cole. J. Cole got one.
Which, low key, if I'm an athlete, I'm a little pissed off.
Not really.
You signed me to this deal, and y'all gave J. Cole a signature shoe before me, man.
But I think that sets the tone though. That sets it because I mean, we got a pair of them shoes in the building right now.
Y'all know what the J. Cole sneakers are? Let me see that. How about that?
We got a pair of shoes in the building right now. Them icy.
These is nice.
Them icy, boy.
These is nice. You know what I'm saying?
So it's like if you see those and like everybody like J. Cole for the most part, you see those, it's like okay, what pressure y'all gonna come with next? Like them hard.
You know he dropped something like a week ago. And Shmino was like he got excited because the picture you couldn't tell it was just about the shoes. And then he retweeted later and was like, "Damn y'all, I think it's just about a pair of shoes."
Oh my god!
I thought he was dropping some music.
Yeah.
Whole time, not at all, sir. Not at all. But yeah, I just think other brands are doing a good job of showing like Nike is not the way to go all the time.
Yeah.
Obviously, everybody grew up and is comfortable with Nike, but don't sleep on what we got going on with these other brands, and we definitely gonna reward you for what you're doing on the court.
Yeah, I think I would probably
without hesitation
sign with Puma at the current moment. Typically, I would sign with Nike though, but you make a good point because they don't get signature shoes.
You gonna always stay in some.
But I think Puma's bullish right now. I think they on the come up. They on the up and up right now.
I think give it a couple years. I think Puma will definitely be an easier top option. But as of right now, I definitely would roll with Adidas. Because Adidas, like I said, if I'm coming because I always think about league, like year 2 or 3, I might get a signature shoe just based off being cold.
I don't like Dame's Adidas shoes.
Some of his early ones were nice, but
I didn't like. I'm talking about his early ones. I did not like. Harden shoes, I did like. Harden shoes, James Harden, because the ones I forget which ones they were. They were a couple years ago, and they had the kind of like the slant across the front. Those are tough. Like I wanted me some of those. But other than those, I can't really think of any other really dope Adidas shoes that I like.
That's the only issue with Adidas. Like, yeah, they gonna reward you and give you a shoe, but like sometimes
they don't always be that great.
Look great. But shoot, at the same time, LeBron and KD ain't had a good looking shoe in a minute.
I like LeBron shoes. They look better in person.
Yeah. They ain't really been.
And the whole room said, hell no. They look better in person. They look better in person.
The best Nike run really for signature athlete shoes was like 2012 to probably like 2000.
Well, first off, the best one is Jordan, obviously. But yeah.
Well, yeah, as far as the Nike line is concerned, well, technically Jordan. Okay. Yeah. But in recent years.
Gotcha.
2012 to probably like 15, 16 was some of the coldest Nike signature shoes. LeBron,
I feel like
LeBron had a solid lineup in Miami. KD was dropping heat up until the KD 8.
Yeah,
KD 8 looked like some Air Maxes.
The low top KDs that you had.
KD 6s.
Them was
peanut butter jelly joints, bro. With the jelly on the.
I see you reposted the other
hard.
Them was hard. I liked his 6s.
Kobe was dropping heat. Kobe had some real nice ones back in the day.
Dropping heat. Oh my god, I got me some Kobe 10s.
Yeah. I remember. I would always be like, dang, I'm hard. Yeah. So. But now Nike ain't dropping no heat. It's strictly basketball and they some mid.
I like the LeBrons. I ain't gonna lie. They look better in person to me.
But Jordan could.
You gotta get the right colorway.
Jordan
colorways is trash.
Yeah.
And I can't even tell you what KD shoes were like. That's how I know they.
LeBron's like 2 years ago was nice though, and then he was doing like the throwbacks. There was like colorways of his old shoes.
Yeah.
Those was hard. Or like inspirations from other Nike shoes back in the day. But maybe Jordan Brand will shock us with Luka or Zion. You know one of them gonna get a signature shoe soon. If Luka has another year as strong as his first year, Giannis is Nike. He got his second shoe now.
Coming out, okay.
Yeah, he got his second shoe now.
Yeah, it's typically that. That first shoe always trash. The second and third shoe typically.
His first shoe wasn't that bad though. Giannis' first shoe was. I mean, it was simple, but it got the point across. Kyrie, I think, had the best.
What about Steph Curry? He got his own.
His own line, yeah. That's him.
They're okay.
That's major.
They're okay.
Yeah, they're decent. That's major though.
He was smart for signing with Under Armour. It was bad at first because he had them daddy shoes.
Yeah.
He had to go through a rough period, but they didn't step up.
Them white joints with the gray soles.
This was rough.
On his head.
I was like, you my boy, but I'm definitely not buying these shoes.
Fight back. it was bad.
You definitely. Hey, but the most recent ones you remember that I would always talk about, kind of like the high top. Those is tough to me. They kind of like Chucks. Kind of reminded me of Chucks, like an updated Chuck.
Yeah.
But the most recent ones, they're okay. They're not as good as those, but they're still a lot better than what they was. Yeah, we had a nice little sneakerhead conversation. Got to show some of our sneakers. And the next topic we talking about, the preseason is here. Meaning the season is right around the corner.
Yeah, very much.
Just so. Like that. It's been 2 months.
Basically.
Well, we finna be right back in basketball. This is a good time to start the podcast because it's like we got nothing but basketball. Huh?
It worked out.
We hit the road.
It worked out.
Hit the road. So yeah, preseason. I can't even tell you what games or who playing. I didn't even look that stuff up. It really don't matter to me.
I know the Rockets got a game, but
he's a big fan. He's a big fan of the preseason. I'm not so much a fan of the preseason.
I like to watch.
I would like to see the Warriors.
Kind of get a feel.
I would like to see the Warriors preseason though, because I just want to see the young. I want to see the improvements that some of the young players. Hopefully, some of our young players make. So I'm gonna try. I might try to catch one of those games.
Yeah.
But other than that, I'm not really. I don't look for the preseason, especially this preseason.
This preseason, I feel like is a wash. I don't think the players are that invested in this preseason. Let me just enjoy another week or so off, because bro, we was just here. So. I don't know. Preseason is only interesting for, like, when you got new additions to a team. If they actually play together, I just want to see it. Like that preseason game a couple years ago when LeBron went back to Cleveland. They had a preseason game. They had a preseason game against the Heat in Rio. So it's like you just kind of want to tune in to see, like, what this look like now with LeBron on that other side.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
With these new guys, you know. So that's the only reason I really check for it. This year I don't too much care. I can't even really remember what games are being played. Like I said, I think the Rockets have a game tomorrow.
I think Siri said the Warriors play tomorrow too.
Yeah. And only reason I'm checking for the Rockets game is to see maybe how John Wall looks. But other than that, this preseason.
That's a good point.
You know,
because we ain't seen him in a while.
We ain't seen John Wall in 7 years. And Boogie has lost a lot of weight. He out there looking like Brandon Ingram. So I'm curious to see how he moves around now. I'm going to miss Bully Boogie, though.
Me too.
Like, it was nice when you started stretching the floor and shooting threes, but I also miss you dunking on two people and pushing people and yelling.
He too nice now.
Yeah.
Like, where the...
He lost his mean streak.
Yeah. Where the tech... Bring that back this year.
Just give him a tech all the time.
Just bring...
Boogie dunk tech.
Yeah.
I miss that Boogie.
Bring back anger. Remember how you used to react in 2K? Whenever you get a foul. Yeah. Bring that Boogie back. He too nice now.
Yeah.
It was because he ain't played in a while.
Level-headed for what?
No, he's not level-headed. We just ain't really seen him and since the NBA Finals last year.
What Drake say, bro? Nice for what? Stop it. Just bring mean again. Bring that mean streak.
Yeah.
That's what made him fun to watch.
Not nice.
Not nice?
Not nice.
Well,
KD is not
He
nice.
ended up fulfilling that.
Who?
KD.
He's a great guy, I think.
You're only saying that because he helped you get 2 more championships the easy way.
Hey.
But anyway, I don't really too much know what's going on.
We just wanted to let y'all know the preseason stuff tomorrow.
Yeah, so just ahead and give you a heads up.
We ahead of the curve, you know what I'm saying? But we finna take it to a quick commercial break. So go ahead.
Get some C's. This nigga said definitely thought to get some beef. I mean,
I couldn't correct myself. It was too late.
It's still running on it. Oh,
nope, not no more.
We are back.
So major shout out to our sponsor. We appreciate the support always from Taylor Gents. So if you're looking for custom suits, custom clothes, jeans, ties, pocket squares, shirts, button-up shirts, anything you need as far as looking fly. Like if you just want to be a fly you know what? You need to hit up Taylor Gents.
Do it.
No, I ain't gonna do it.
You had me nervous, boy. I thought you was gonna do it.
If you want to be fly, hit up my cousin Daryl Taylor Gents.
Yes, sir.
Hit me, bro. Holla at me.
Bro.
But we're gonna get into some team overviews.
Mm-hmm.
We got 4 to do today.
Mm-hmm.
If you go back, we've gone over every team in alphabetical order by the team name up to this point, and we are down in the ends. The Nuggets is who we're gonna start off with today. So if you want to catch up on your team, or at least hear what we got to say about your team, if you just go back to whatever podcast or whatever episode, you can find them.
Back a couple weeks.
Talked about the Nets last week, the Lakers last week. Y'all can check that episode out. But as far as the Nuggets, let's get into the nitty gritty with these guys. I think they're getting to the point where after last season they had such a successful year. Is it championship or bust? Or are they still just a young team that maybe they can shock us? They're not at I don't think it's championship or bust because I think they're young guys. They still have a couple years to either resign them or move them. And they got a couple years in their contract.
It's time to make moves. Like, if I'm the Nuggets, Gary Harris, goodbye. Will Barton, goodbye. At this point, not to say that they're not talented, but you haven't really helped me get it done. Really, my catalyst on this team, obviously Joker and Murray. Bobo, you got a diamond in the rough there. It's just a matter of time. Michael Porter Jr. has shown flashes, so it's just a matter of time. You kept Paul Millsap, good move. You got some decent young guys through the draft. I think if you can, you swing Gary Harris and Will Barton as a package for somebody.
But the pool you ain't going to get, I don't think it's going to be that great.
If you can, my thing is...
You were saying like Drew Holiday, like there was no way they was going to be able to trade those two to get Drew
Holiday. You look at a team like, say the Magic, right? We talked about maybe it's time to move on from Aaron Gordon. The Magic know they're not going to get a whole lot of value in return. So somebody like the Nuggets swinging a deal like that involves maybe a pick too. You can flip it.
I can maybe see something like that. If they can get a pick with it, I think they will want a.
That's what I'm saying. Barton, a pick, and Harris is a good enough deal. You're not going to snag any top guys in the league, but that's a good enough deal for some of those players that are pretty good, but just not like, top 10 type of guys. You'd be willing to take that.
Let's see what Gary.
They got Jermichael Green or something too.
I'm not. Oh Jesus! I was gonna say I'm not too.
Gary didn't play a lot this year.
Okay, he was hurt.
Yeah, but he's a great defender.
14 games. Okay.
Great defender.
He's a great defender, but I thought he averaged more than 7 points a game last season, even in the 14 games that you played. So what I would say, you said Aaron Gordon. I said if you're talking about the Magic again. Evan Fournier is 18 points off the bench.
If you can get Evan,
and it would be a return for him because I believe he got drafted to the Nuggets. If they can get, I think that's. We talked about this last week. We talked about the Magic as far as moving those players. They might need a player like Aaron Gordon or Evan Fournier. That might be one of the teams that it will be interesting to get a player like that because you're improving. You're getting rid of Gary Harris, and you're improving tremendously with Evan Fournier. Even
on the scoring side,
even on the even on the coming out if he were to come off the bench, or he could be in a starting lineup depending on how you want to do it.
However you want to run it.
So that's interesting. And Aaron Gordon, I'm trying to think. I don't know. I don't know about Aaron Gordon. Is he a fit?
With this Nuggets team as big as they are, maybe.
I think maybe. Because they don't really have any dunkers.
Paul Millsap is a post player and a shooter.
Definitely not dunking.
Joker is a playmaker.
That might be a good pickup too.
Murray dunks every now and then, but most of the time he's cooking you out from the 3-point line.
He'll be a great. He's obviously a fast break guy, but they're a slow team. You got Joker running.
If you got Joker and Aaron Gordon is out there streaking, Joker is throwing him.
That would be a good pickup.
Or honestly, I feel like Aaron Gordon or Evan Fournier, if you can end up in Denver or the Blazers.
It just depends on if Gary Harris and Will Barton and a first-round pick is enough.
I think it's enough to grab a guy that's not, like this is a decent guy, but he's not like perennial all-star or nothing like that.
They might want 2 picks. Not 2 first-round picks.
What do you have to lose if you're the Nuggets, though?
First and second. Like a first and second round pick.
And like I said, like Bobo fully healthy now.
Looking
at him scrimmaging.
I'm not sold on Bobo.
Scrimmaging.
He's a talent.
My thing is his jump shot is too smooth to be as big as he is. And you're going to run into the same issue you have with KD jump shots or even Brandon Ingram jump shots where it's just too much length on the release and too much height on it.
He's a liability, I think. He's going to be an issue defensively. And I think that's why he didn't play. Like, he was balling in the bubble. The bubble last season.
But Denver didn't really go into their bench like that. And that's one of the things that we was talking about Michael Porter Jr.
In the postseason?
Yeah. In the postseason.
No. I know, but he didn't. Bench. No, but Bol didn't play at all.
Also, Bol didn't play that whole year, though.
I know, but
so I'm not really going to let you get excessive clock in the bubble when you ain't did nothing all year.
But he played in the bubble when he was hooping.
He got some spots.
What I'm saying is he was hooping because it was games that didn't matter. He was hooping, but once it came playoff time, I think the main reason he wasn't getting playoff time ain't got nothing to do with his offense. It got to do with his defense. Defensively, he's a liability. I think that's my.
I don't think
that's my educated guess. He's a little. He's frail. He's I mean, let's not say he's fragile because I don't know. He's skinny. He's small. He's not big. That can cause issues defensively. Not saying that he won't get clocked, but I think he's going to have to continue to improve defensively before he's really going to get minutes.
I just feel like
but he said he's trying to get the Rookie of the Year, so maybe they telling him that he's going to get clocked this year and he'll be in the rotation.
I feel like that was a result of you haven't played all year. So since these games don't matter, we're going to give you a little bit of clock because we know we're good. We're in the playoffs firmly. So these are kind of throwaway games. Some of these we'll let you play. But once it's time for the playoffs, we need to win.
No, yeah, I
so
get
for
that.
that reason, you haven't played for 7 months or whatever. I'm not finna all of a sudden give you 10, 15 minutes a night during these important games.
I got you.
We can work on you developing more over the off season. I can't even say summer.
I got that.
You know, it was fall by the time they finished.
I'll give you that. But
you know what I'm saying? So I feel like we have barely gotten a glimpse of what Bobo will be. 100%. And the other day on offense and defense, he was killing his teammates in scrimmages. He was actually looking real good. He was moving quick.
And he
was getting buckets. He's getting in blocks for sure.
He wants that Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
So
him and Ben Simmons probably gonna compete for that this year for sure. You don't see who the better shooter is.
Oh my God. He's still considered a rookie, man. He only played in the bubble. That don't count. But yeah, that's the Nuggets. We'll see what they. I think it's not championship or bust. I think Jamal Murray needs to continue what he did in the postseason and do it not just in the postseason, do also in the regular season. But we'll see. Look out for Joker in the MVP conversation as well. So Pacers is next from Indianapolis. And if we look at their squad, did they get rid of Victor Oladipo? They did not get rid of
him. No, they still got him.
And they still got Sabonis. I think that's they still got TJ Warren and Miles Turner. What is the ceiling for this team? What do you think? And they still got the guys that they had last year.
They kept together a nice squad. It's just
what's the ceiling for this team? And what do they need? Or what do they need from their players to take a step?
I think you still find a way to make some trades. I think if you're the Pacers, you're still actively looking for a trade partner for Oladipo and Miles Turner. Not like as a package, but just in general. Also, if you're the Dallas Mavericks, who we talked about last week, you need to find a way to get in that Miles Turner conversation. You could use a defensive-minded big that's also not going to clog the paint because Luka's still there for a drive and kick scenario. He also does like to drive in for some of his buckets. He's not strictly a shooter.
Mm-hmm. He's good at doing it too.
Right. He's crafty under the hoop and around the hoop, so you don't want nobody clogging the paint. So Miles Turner opens up the floor for you because he can shoot threes. Miles Turner actually is a decent three-point shooter, but he's also a great defender at the 5. So I think you still look to trade him. And if you're the Dallas Mavericks, you need to be hitting that line expeditiously. Victor Oladipo, I think it's just a matter of time before he's gone. Find a way to get him up out of there.
Did he say he wanted to leave? Am I making that up?
Victor Oladipo always comes back and says that's cap, but also, here's my thing with players saying I don't want to leave or I like it here. Paul George said something about wanting to play in Indiana for the rest of his career, then demanded a trade. Then he announces on the midnight of free agency, I'm staying here, let's run it back. Very next summer, he wants to move on. Then the other day, he says he wants to be a Clipper for the rest of his career. To be determined how that goes. KD wanted to be one of those guys like Dirk and Kobe, stay here for the rest of his career.
Things changed, bro.
You know, so I'm just saying I don't ever believe players anymore when they say that stuff. So all of these rumors about Oladipo want to leave, I will fully accept them as true.
I think
Oladipo coming back and saying no, that's not true. Whatever.
I would say I wouldn't say I don't believe them, but I think things.
I mean, you
change.
take them with a grain of salt. It's just don't take it too much to heart. I would say.
Yeah.
Don't put too much weight in it.
Because
9 times out of 10,
it's not always their fault. It's not always their fault.
It's not always their fault. There are things organizationally
a lot of times
that make
it's
you
not
decide.
their fault. Most times, because what I'm saying is in that moment when they say it, they're like, I want to be. I don't mind.
There's things organizationally that probably make you change your mind. Like Kyrie saying he don't want to leave Cleveland. Apparently, he never really wanted LeBron there, and LeBron was there, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm about." So it could be things organizationally, but just in general, most of the time when players say they don't want to leave, I'm not really hearing it until I see you retire with that jersey on. I'm not really gonna believe it. So if you're the Pacers, just look to move these guys for some better options.
Yeah, Bill and Dame. Well, Bill gone, I think. I don't think Bill gonna stay in Washington. I don't care what. That's another one that I don't see staying.
Like I said with Bill last week, I feel like Bill should do what I believe Russ thought KD would do. Let's table this for one more year. We enter free agency together. If we split, we split. If we come back together, whatever. Let's address it next summer.
That's fair.
So if I'm Bill, depending on how this year goes, and I think the Wizards are going to be a lot better than a lot of people expect. I'm not saying they're going to be championship contenders, but I don't think people are really thinking they're going to be as good as they really will show us that they will be.
No, I think because they actually do have a decent squad now that they got Russell Westbrook. Because Rue, whoever the dude is from Gonzaga, the Japanese dude, he's nice. He actually had a really good season last year.
That's what I'm saying. I think they're going to have a good year, and Bill is going to say, well, shoot. Let's run it back, and then next summer, I'm gonna sign a 1 year deal. Next summer, me and Russ enter free agency together. What we want to do? We want to stay here, or are you ready to leave, Russ? Because you haven't had control over where you wanted to go in a couple of years. I've never had this opportunity. Are you ready to split? Because we can both peace out.
That's what I think is gonna happen.
That's what I would prefer to see. But back to the Pacers for real. I don't care what you do. T.J. Warren. It'll be interesting to see if he keeps any of that same energy he was having in the bubble.
That's the problem. Like I knew T.J. Warren was a bucket a while ago. Like
he's just fun to talk.
Last year wasn't really new. Like I seen him. He's dropped 30-point games. If you don't pay attention. He's dropped 30-point games plenty of times in his career. Maybe not plenty of times, but several times in his career.
You always know when people are just casuals, or like with a team like the Pacers, you're not getting a whole bunch of national coverage.
Yeah, that's
so you're probably getting local like Fox Sports Midwest. If you live in Indiana or something.
Let's see what his averages was last year for the entire season.
On a national TV stage.
Did he get hurt a lot last year?
I don't think so.
Pulling up T.J. Warren because I'm trying to give him if he can average higher than 6 points. Oh my God!
No.
Everything just closed out.
All right. Moving on.
Yeah.
Next team.
Oh. That's 6 rebounds. Oh, 20 points.
Well, I know that.
20 points a game. So that's what I was going to say. He's been so that's actually pretty good.
20 and 6.
Better. How many games did that say? Did you see? 4 games?
4 games?
Oh, okay. That don't make sense though. 4 games. To play only 4 games?
Okay. Moving on. Next team.
Maybe he would. I don't know.
Next team. Now you got the producer talking. Next team.
Who is the next team?
It's the Pelicans. I wanted to say Pistons. The Pelicans.
I know.
The Pelicans, they got Eric Bledsoe. Who is Drew Bledsoe?
Drew Bledsoe's a quarterback.
Yeah. For okay.
For a
long time ago.
Patriots quarterback for a long time ago.
That's the jersey Terry Rozier had on a couple years ago when the Bucks and Celtics had a playoff matchup. But anyway, they got Eric Bledsoe. Apparently, they're going to start Eric and Lonzo together. My only thing with that is, where do you put JJ? Because I consider JJ to be kind of small. So do you really want him guarding a 3?
They can still guard the guard.
They would probably
guard the 3.
Lonzo going to guard the 3. He's the better defensive player of the guards that they have.
Eric Bledsoe is the better defender. Much better. Eric Bledsoe's a good defender. He can't come through an offense.
Yeah, you're right. Either way, never mind. I forget that you could have Lonzo or Eric on the.
Well, really, JJ is going to guard the worst player on
on the team.
On the floor.
It could be the 5, quite frankly. But yeah, they're talking about maybe starting them two together. Also, don't forget they do have George Hill as well.
We got to see Lonzo step up.
I think this year
offensively.
This year he's finally gonna make y'all regret disrespecting.
Not y'all. I support Lonzo.
I give you that 2 times.
I support Lonzo.
Y'all know Lonzo my dog.
Lonzo, you keep asking me to do these 2 times. It's too many. You gotta do one per episode.
Well, it's just never mind.
Lonzo, but he needs to. I mean, he averaged that triple single in the bowl. It wasn't a good look.
A lot of people were saying he looked checked out. He was probably going through some things. The boy is only 22.
I guess, but
he got a whole baby that was probably hurting him. He got
kids.
He got baby mama drama. He can't see his baby because
they all got baby mama drama.
Nah. Lonzo
that ain't nothing new for
Lonzo got Yakubian baby mama drama.
75% of NBA players got baby mama drama.
But are they Yakubians? That's a whole different level of baby mama drama.
Is.
You don't know what Yakubians is? YT. YT baby mama drama. So
no, 60% of them got YT baby mama. Like what? That's not new.
No, listen. Anyway, my boy he was struggling in the bubble. He was on some Paul George stuff. Except they ain't looking at him the way they look at Paul George, so it's okay that you're not showing up. So Lonzo is gonna be a different animal this year. I'm telling you.
I hope so. He got to step up. He need to at least average 18.
His numbers.
He really should average 20.
His scoring numbers are gonna jump up. His rebounding, his steals, his assists always been decent.
Okay.
But once them points jump
up, he need to average at least 18.
He could average a 10, 10, and 10 triple double if he really tried. He just ain't been shooting enough.
No, you can't.
The rebounds and assists be there. He just don't shoot the ball enough to ever get near 10 points.
I don't think he averaged anywhere near 10 assists or 10 rebounds a game. He averaged like 6 or 8. Between
7 and 7, 7 and 8, or 8 and 8, like something 7. Like that.
Not
that's
close.
What I'm saying. It's the scores. Look, that's 2 more passes and 2 more boards a game.
That's 3.
2 to 3.
3 of each.
But you know what he needed more? 2 to 3 more shots a game. So
he needs about 10 more shots a game.
Let's focus on the points first.
And he's just not confident in that jumper at all.
We got Zion.
He gotta get 18. He gotta give me 18 points a game.
We're gonna get a full season of Zion, hopefully.
Hopefully
he's maybe cut down a little bit of that weight. A lot of people say he's just too heavy to be moving like he does.
You seen a picture of him?
He did cut some weight. They got Steven Adams out there. Steven Adams gone.
Steven Adams was a good pickup.
In between having Steven Adams and Zion Williams on that team,
that's just strong.
It's too much. It's a strong ass team.
Boys.
I always look at that.
They strong, big men.
That. They what?
Some big men.
Hey, I always look back at that screen Steven Adams said on Patrick Beverly, and I think Patrick Beverly was mic'd up that game. All you whenever he ran into Steven Adams,
that boy's
like,
solid for sure.
Damn, that's a pick.
Him and Dame, they showed the one that.
Yeah,
that boy's solid.
He be out here. Brick Wall Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
he got his bruiser badge.
For sure, got it.
That man is a menace. So I think Steven
Adams
size
down there.
Don't forget they still got Jackson Hayes.
Still got Jackson Hayes. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
He should be a high flyer off the bench.
He should have been in that rookie sophomore game.
Was he not in it?
He wasn't in it. He told the NBA to suck his. And they should have fined him. I don't know if they did.
I'm
they
sure
definitely should have.
They must have. There's no way they didn't. They got who else? They got? Oh, we almost forgot Brandon Ingram.
Oh yeah.
He close to being
you know what I don't like? I don't like that he didn't get paid
league.
as much as everybody else that got paid this year.
He didn't get a deal.
He got a max, but it wasn't as much money.
He's still young. Got a max.
He should have got some more money in that.
It's Brandon Ingram. It's a max.
That's Brandon Ingram.
The most that they could do.
No. Figure it out.
Oh, and they got William Gabriel. Okay, but he was in the playoffs with the Blazers last year. He was
Is it?
He had some decent minutes when Nurkic got hurt, but he was okay.
That's fair.
No William Gabriel though. That's a good pickup. So Pelicans, what's their ceiling right now? What do you think? 5 seed?
5, 6 seed.
4,
5 or 6 seed.
If they can make a 4 seed or 5 seed, that would be very impressive. I think Brandon Ingram, he can average almost 30, I think. Brandon Ingram will be averaging 30 soon.
Brandon is nasty.
Hey,
if he built like that.
He can average 30 soon. That's gonna be dope. But we gotta see 18 from Lonzo.
Yeah.
You gotta see 18 from Lonzo. Moving on to the Pistons.
D'Angelo Ball.
Oh boy.
Is in the league.
Yeah.
Stop, bro. That is tough.
It's tough that he's in the league.
I feel about LeVar.
I think it took him a while to get in the league for a reason.
LeVar is Thanos, bro. They called me a madman. He made it happen. He got 3 boys in the league.
That's tough.
I support black business. I support black people.
We got 3 of those in the league now.
Mm-hmm.
Got the Antetokounmpo brothers.
And they got another one on the way.
Brothers.
Their youngest brother is on the way, and he will definitely get in the league.
And they got the Ball brothers.
The Ball brothers, yeah, Holiday brothers.
As far as the Pistons, Killian Hayes, Derrick Rose.
Derrick Rose gonna get traded this year.
Still paying Blake Griffin $40 million.
Derrick Rose gonna get traded. They'll probably trade Blake Griffin too. But Derrick Rose is about it.
Who would you like to see Derrick Rose go to? Trade. I think they should trade him too.
I want Derrick Rose to go.
They could get a decent haul for Derrick Rose.
I think the Lakers probably want Derrick Rose.
He's still averaging 20 points a game almost.
I think if the Lakers could figure out a way to do it, they'll still get Derrick Rose.
He's respected around the league.
Here's what it is.
Well.
He's respected, and I think LeBron genuinely wants to play with Derrick Rose. He tried to pull it off in Cleveland, and Derrick just wasn't finding his stride. And also, that was just a shit show situation for everybody involved that year. But Derrick has shown in Minnesota and Detroit now, after his brief Cleveland stint, that he still does have something in that. Yeah, he still got something.
He's only 30,
he's still young as hell.
So young.
so young.
Like if we young.
Like this young. So I think that there's so much respect and admiration for him out there that somebody is gonna try to grab him, and I think it'll be a contender. Even honestly, not that how much help does KD really need, but I'd be okay with him going to the Nets.
What about a team like Portland?
Portland
or Phoenix?
No, because
I think he might go west.
My thing is
he gets already west. No, Pistons is east.
My thing is, if I'm Derrick, I mean, well, any opportunity really is still a great opportunity. But Derrick is a starting point guard for the Pistons.
No, I think he can back up. He'll back up.
I think he'd be okay with
I think he's comfortable in his, because I don't even think he didn't go to the Pistons expecting to be a starter.
I think the Pistons just realized, damn, we don't have nothing else. Well, and you actually a hooper.
That's what I'm saying.
But, I'm saying,
and now they just drafted Killian Hayes, so if Killian Hayes is good enough,
that I think he'd be a starter, but I think I think Portland has a lot of confidence in that kid. I can't think of his name, but he was.
Oh, you talking about Simons? Anthony Simons?
Yeah. Yeah, he's decent.
He's more of a 2. Even though he's short, he's more of a 2. He don't really.
They consider him to be their backup point guard, and I don't
see
what they really have the trade to get.
I feel like he's more of a. Even though only reason I feel like people view him as a point guard because he's shorter. I think he got a skill set. He don't really have the willingness to pass that you want.
Okay, boom.
Or maybe even dominance. Nuggets.
You getting some good younger guards in return.
We just talked about the Nuggets. Potentially.
For an experienced guard off the bench that actually is going to contribute on the offensive end.
What if he wants like San
Antonio?
San Antonio.
I would be okay with that.
Or Philly. Philly's a good one. Philly's a really good one. Philly's a great one. Philly's a good. Shout out to the producer Daria for shouting out Philly. Philly would be good. I think San Antonio would be good.
I would like to see him and DeRozan in San Antonio.
That would be decent.
I mean, what they got, I guess, DeJounte Murray starting. But even if you did put Derrick Rose on the bench, you got Lonnie Walker and Derrick Rose in the backcourt. That's still pretty tough. This
shows you just how many players the Pistons have, or the opportunity. Ceiling for them is the first overall draft pick.
Yeah.
Even though they're actually better than that.
They're really not bad, but I think it's time to just blow it up. They still have
Blake Griffin, but yeah, they just need to blow up. Blake Griffin is 32.
I don't know where Blake Griffin can go, because we talked about as far as a fit, it's hard to say. Based on what he used to bring to the table.
Nobody wants to pay him $40 million. And he's only 32. He's not that old. He's just not that great. He never was in my opinion.
Yeah, he's definitely less liked, I'll say, than like Russ. But Blake has a similar situation to Russ and other big contract guys, where the more you're getting paid, it's like, who really gonna take you? Because we don't want to take on that money. But that's really it for the team overviews this week.
Yeah, that was the 3 Ps and the second N. So yeah, those are team overviews.
I got one more P for you though.
What's the last P?
Petty Betty.
Petty Betty of the week. It's that time, baby.
We got this week's Petty Betty is these damn NBA rankings. Every year they say some foolishness.
True.
Like that one year they had Kobe ranked something stupid, like stupid low. And Kobe was like, wow. That's how y'all gonna do me? They got Zion above Paul George, which I don't fully disagree with. They got Luka Doncic above Kawhi Leonard, I think. It's just some random.
Luka above Kawhi?
I think it's hard to
That's
argue that somebody in his third year is better than a 2 or 3 time DPOY, 2-time NBA champion.
I wanted to speak on this, even though it's your Petty Betty. I'm sorry, but even though they be I think they really troll with Zion being number 19. That doesn't make any sense to me.
I think they troll with a lot of these rankings,
but I understand it to an extent because they recognize that they do this every year.
Yeah.
So they put a lot of weight in what they saw last season, and they don't put any weight in what they've seen in this person's career. So Kawhi, you can't tell me that Luka was not better than Kawhi Leonard last season. So that's why I think a lot of people struggle with that. The fact, because again, they want to get clicks
over last season.
They want to get clicks. They want to get clicks, so that's why I feel like they might have did something like put. What is that? Oh, is that a sound effect?
No, that's a car alarm.
Want to check that out for us?
You should be. You can check it out regardless of the show, but okay.
All right. Well,
All right.
Moral of the story, it was just kind of stupid. I only call them Petty Betty because they're obviously throwing out clickbait, stupid things within the rankings.
Yeah.
And then some of it, like, even if you are supposed to be basing it off of last season, some of the people that were rated above Russ, and that's not like as a Russ fan, is literally based off what he did last year during the regular season. Some of the players they got above him, there's no way they had a better season and a better, like, the tear that he was on.
Where did they rank Russ at?
I think like mid-20 something, maybe even 30s. I'm like, there's
tough.
No way.
There's no way Zion was better than that.
Yeah. Zion played 4 games.
Yeah.
How you going to play 4 games and be better than somebody that was averaging like 38 and 8 for 2 months?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and what I was saying, they put a lot of weight in last season, but...
And also into hype.
Because
they mess around probably have LaMelo as a top 45 player.
Yeah.
Like, they just do dumb things.
I think they do that on purpose, though.
Yeah.
But as far as, like, again, Luka being better than Kawhi, I don't have an issue with that. He was a better player last year. I'm sorry. The top, I didn't have too big issues with the top 10, period. And they also put a lot of weight on if you missed last season, if you was hurt, you're gonna fall.
Yeah.
Which is something that I also could respect. Cause like you was hurt, and we doing the top 100 based off last season.
You can't be up there.
You can't be better than whoever if you didn't play last season.
But that's when the issue pops up with stuff like Zion, because you played 12 games.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think Zion they just did for the hype. It doesn't make any sense for why he would be. And people also look at it too. They don't only look back at the career, but they also look forward, thinking like who's going to be the better player going into this season. Mm-hmm. Maybe that's why they did Zion at high, but I can't see Zion still being like to be a top 20 player. Yeah, at least as a big man like that, you got at least be averaging what 20, 23, and 10. Yeah. I don't see that coming from him.
Anyway, that's all I have for that. So we can get into speaking and shouting. I want you to take it away, Josh.
Man, every time I be having topics and then I forget what I was gonna talk about. I will be speaking. What was I going to talk about? I don't know. It was gonna be basketball related too.
You want to speak on? Never mind, because I don't want to take mine away.
Okay. I want to speak on. Yeah, I don't know. I want to. I don't really know. You sure you don't want to go first?
Yeah, I'll just go ahead and
You
go.
go first, because I have no idea.
I just wanted to speak on LeBron being named the Time Athlete of the Year. I believe it was Time Magazine Athlete of the Year. It's not something that we touched on during the show, but I just think that's big because, first of all, at a certain point, as a former LeBron hater, you know this. As a former LeBron hater, at some point you just have to smell the roses and get that man his flowers and just let that hurt go.
Yeah.
Because he about to enter year 18.
Got to.
Still had an MVP caliber season last year. He's going to probably have another one this year. I'm disappointed that he didn't win MVP because you remember when he went to LA, I said, mark my words, if LA is a top-seeded team, they're going to give LeBron the MVP trophy. They got caught up in the Giannis hype train and decided to give him back-to-back when he didn't deserve it. I mean, Giannis still had a hell of a year, don't get me wrong, but it was okay to give LeBron one. And then to give Giannis a DPOI and... Anyway, LeBron is still impressive as hell, even to be as old as he is. Still got, 2 more years on his contract, so we're looking at him playing 20 years at least. I mean, the things that man has been able to do on the floor, the way he's been able to protect his body, stay healthy. That growing injury that kept him out was like the only injury you can ever recall that really held him down for a long stint of time. And that was from 2013 up until, 2017? 2003, up until 2017 before he ever had an issue like that. I mean, he's just a phenomenal athlete, phenomenal
human.
player, phenomenal human for the philanthropy work that he's done outside of the arena. You just got to give it up to LeBron, man. Whether you love him, whether you hate him, you do have to give him some credit. If not for the player that he is, at least for the man that he is. You've never seen a negative headline about him in regards to off-court situations. The man is married to his high school sweetheart. He got 3 kids with him. Aside from Bronny smoking that Nuggets pack, them kids are good kids. You know what I'm saying? He's a stand-up guy and a great role model, I think, to children. And a great role model as an athlete of what you hope for your career to be, minus the 7 or 8 finals losses. But I just wanted to give LeBron his flowers, man. That's it. Except for that.
We got do something.
Anyway, ignoring the producer and her
we're not
pettiness.
even, because, we're not even
We're done talking about Delonte West. You want to hear about Delonte, go back a couple months. We're not talking about that situation.
Oh, man, you guys are silly. So, I guess Darius, the producer, was the one that acted fool this week.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we need to get her on the show.
You started off acting the fool. She finished it. She ended the show. You started the show. That was beautiful.
I'm gonna speak on my Warriors. It's gonna be an interesting season. I can't think of anybody else, man. I'm sorry. I'm mostly excited to watch. You done?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Who's your team this year again? I'm mostly excited about our young guys. Eric Pascal, I think, is gonna step up. I think he's gonna be a phenomenal player. But I think a lot of it is gonna weigh on Jordan Poole. Hey, buddy, we still got shit going on. Still got I want to see Jordan Poole and Eric Pascal make huge strides. Those are our draft picks from last year, if you don't recall.
I remember.
And I'm interested in Kelly Oubre. I want to see what Kelly Oubre can bring to the team.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm happy to see that.
I want to see what he can bring to the team and if he can fit with what we got going on. Also, we got Andrew Wiggins, who hopefully
He beefed up too.
Hopefully can make some changes in his career and change the what's the word? Change
Trajectory?
the trajectory of his career, or change kind of the stigma that's come with his career so far. If he could change the story of his career. What you doing? So that's gonna be interesting to also see James Wiseman as well.
You know you be doing stuff and you don't think nobody paying attention to you.
That's what our producer
Clearly got caught in the moment. She didn't think
She
nobody
did
was
a white
looking.
boy dab.
She did that squibber dab when he was on the Macy's parade float. She hit that.
Oh
Is
my
it a
God.
dab? Oh my god.
That's why she did it.
I didn't know they had.
It's time to wrap the show up, man.
Yeah, it's time to go home. She's sleepy, clearly.
Yeah, well, I'm excited to see the Warriors preseason start this week, so I'm going to try to catch as many games as I can this year. I'm gonna watch the national games, and I got to pay for the NBA League Pass.
I got you with the I got you with I can't talk about.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, League Pass.
I got the League Pass, so we're going to wrap the show up. We appreciate y'all. Follow us. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow us at Fella and Rev on Twitter. We'll see you guys next week. Peace out.